now onto a special section, one designed for the items of power and or accessories. You remember how I showed that at least one of the items had Bobble's ability before? Well, similar functions are also held here. Now, to get all the rings, you need something called the Iron Band. This is just a crafting component. I don't think you can use it for anything else. But you basically need to have a group of 8 iron, and I don't think you absolutely have to have this item. I believe you can use a bucket of lava. So that's something that's, I don't think, the way it's supposed to be shown. Because normally whenever I do this, it can be a bucket of lava as well, so... Oh well. Well, anyhow, the Iron Band is mainly meant for crafting other things. So just remember, this is a base ingredient for these other rings, especially. But you have the Black Hole Band. What this thing does is it absorbs items to you like a magnet. It just requires 6 string, a couple of dark matter, which will be the more expensive component, and the Iron Band. So remember, as I said, that will be a crafting component of these things. Now, whenever you turn it on, you just click, and now it's on. What's it doing? It's attracting items. So, let me say that I were to throw out this Vindicator spawn egg. It tracks right back. Now, if I were to do Omni Shear Sheep, well, I just given myself all that wool, but yeah, that was from its ability to put it right to you anyhow. But note, I keep throwing this out, and I can't even throw this out fast enough to keep up with it. That's how good this attraction is. The Black Hole Band is a magnet, and a good one at that. So you can imagine that this is worth a very great deal. It was one of the earlier item magnets when this was in Equivalent Exchange 2 originally, before it was promoted to ProjectE. So again, if you see a lot of item magnets in mods, it was inspired by this lineage of mods right here. This lineage has a lot of history behind it. And as an added function, as I will demonstrate now, you can actually do something extra special with it. Now, I will put the Black Hole Band inside my white alchemical bag. I can also wear that as an accessory, as a ring. But, now, let me see here. Time to die. Sorry. Nothing personal, Squid. We just had to die. There anything else? Oh yeah, there's more squids. But notice how the item is not in my inventory in my hotbar like usual. Oh, by the way, one thing I should have mentioned earlier about these tools, they can't be enchanted. If they're a ProjectE version, it can't be done. So there's a little exchange for them being this powerful is they cannot be enchanted. Okay, now for the real demonstration. Note that that's not in my inventory whenever I got those ink sacs. Because if you have a Black Hole Band that's been activated, and it's pulling in items, and you have it in your alchemical bag, it will suck it right into the alchemical bag. That is nifty. I mean, seriously, that is very convenient, because these things have a lot of space, and you don't by default. So, yeah, that's going to be really handy on long trips, and when power mining and doing all sorts of stuff. And as I said before, it combines very well with items that suck stuff into your inventory. If it's normally supposed to be sucked directly into your inventory by something else, it will be shunted directly into this bag instead, whenever that is activated that way. Now we have the Gem of Eternal Density. This doesn't require one of those special iron bands, but does require a couple of dark matter, a couple of obsidian, and 5 diamonds. It's actually medium tier. So you're probably wondering, what is it that you want to do, and what does this do? And note that it counts as a ring, even though it kind of looks a little like a charm. Well, the Gem of Eternal Density has a very special function, so allow me to work it. Whenever it changes mode, see in the text over there? whenever I obtain items in my inventory, it will automatically try to transmute them into that item. Like right now I have it set to gold ingot. And it has certain things that it will never destroy. Like anything above a certain EMC, it will never try to transmute into something else. It will not transmute anything that's above the target level automatically. Like if I were to, oh, say, throw out a diamond, I would not get iron. At least I don't think it'll work in this version. Again, this version's been a little wacky. Oh, yeah. My thing. Well, this also demonstrates the ability for it to also work in here. Oh wait, I also need to activate that. Hold shift. There we go. Oh, I had a few other things that could be converted. Well, what do you know? But it'll automatically transmute. It does have stored EMC, and once it builds enough value, then it will deploy into the next thing. So what would happen if I were to, oh, say, grab a few iron ingots and toss them in here, where that thing already is? Bingo! You get more gold. So this thing transmutes on the fly, but only to particular targets, and it's a preset list. So let's go through this very quickly. Apparently got to shift click to get that deactivated, but anyhow. The modes are iron ingot, gold ingot, diamond, dark matter, and red matter. So remember that that list is basically as good as it gets. Now, as a nice moderate point, you might want to go with diamond. If you use click normally, you can put in a blacklist of things that you additionally do not want it to transmute into other stuff, and if you shift right click, it activates it. So yeah, this thing is interesting just in how it can work to help you suck up things so that they don't use up extra space. So that is a space-saving device. Basically what it is there for. You could even say it's a stated purpose. Now the void ring is basically combining those functions. That is what this thing does. Is it condenses on the go by turning various things into your specified targets. You can blacklist and do all that other stuff, and it also acts as a black hole band. Like this will, in fact, suck things up as a magnet. It also has yet an additional function. I'm trying to remember how to do that. I think I remember, and I think it has to be held. I believe I need to get the special function button. Yeah, you can teleport with it. You can do that as much as you'd like. So, yeah, that can be fun. Of course, get to the ground quickly. So you can go to a targeted spot. Although it's a little wonky compared to an Ender Pearl because you will sometimes materialize into things. So I wouldn't entirely suggest using that. It's also a bit expensive, so you gotta ask yourself, is this worth it? 2 red matter, the black hole band, and the gem of eternal density, just for this ring. Yeah. I mean, sure, you could equip that and have stuff condensed and absorbed to you on the fly, but I don't know. That one may be powerful, but it's one of those that you gotta debate. Do you really want it? Because, I mean, sure, you can save space and suck it to you in one slot, but do you really want to use the teleportation aspect that much? Because it's very wonky in all versions of this. Like, seriously, they never got that quite right. Okay, now we have some other interesting rings. We have the Ignition Ring, the Zero Ring, Swift Wolf's Rending Gale. I need to get rid of this for an extra spot. And the Harvest Goddess Band. And that thing is them all combined. So, again, we're combining stuff to do insane things. Now, this item will grow things. This Harvest Goddess Band will grow things like crazy. And it will also duplicate plants in weird ways. Unless it absolutely has to be a bauble now. Maybe it has to be a bauble now. Let me hit that on bauble. Okay, that's weird. This is supposed to work that way. Hmm. That's working because it's my offhand slot. Why are you no equipping right now? It's worked before. This version might have a few things that are a little... oh, my Klein Star is drained. That may have something to do with it. Some of these things require fuel. Nope. Nope. Oh. I had to change mode. Yeah. Okay. So you can harvest the plants. They've changed this thing's purpose a bit. It was wacky level growth. Like serious wacky level growth. Like insane growth. Now it's literally harvesting the plants. There's not quite what it used to be. Okay, that was admittedly a surprise. Did not see that coming. They changed it on me. They changed it on me. Okay, now Swiftwolf's Rendingale. This is a classic favorite. I mean, it really is. You can use it as a bauble again if you have Bauble's compatibility. But here's the thing. It basically gives you access to creative rank flight in survival at the cost of EMC. Remember how these are batteries? Well, they'll be drained to power this. Oh wait, I need to activate that. Had auto activation before. Oh well. Well, see, now I'm able to fly in creative mode type flight without being in creative mode. This is what I was using to fly a lot of the time while I was in my Solitary Craft Plus run on my first season. And so if you're wondering why I was flying around and didn't see how I had a special method of doing that in survival, this is why. I was using this a lot. Also note that it is gradually going to drain this. See? There it goes. About once a second, it will take about 60 points. So it does in fact use it as fuel in terms of EMC. So yeah, I'm deactivating that. Now these things are special. Oh, now it's doing the automatic thing. Okay. Okay. Now it's doing the automatic where it figures itself out. Thank you. Thank you. The ignition ring and the zero ring, they are perfect opposites of each other. One is the power of fire, one is the power of ice. So, yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure if I want to do this. You can see it makes you immune to fire, but it also burns everything around you. This thing is something you don't actually want to do. This is the opposite. This is the zero ring. It tries to, or at least I think it's trying to extinguish the fires. And it's trying to cover the area with snow. And you're still immune to fire. Although I think that might be my armor, I don't think so. I think it's the ring. It also freezes things nearby, so if you want to, have Frostwalker without having Frostwalker, you can kind of do it, but it's not as fast as having Frostwalker boots. But as you can see, you do freeze ice, so it helps. It helps with that. Oh. Wrong thing. I was, use click. It apparently does it in a much wider area really fast whenever you actually click with it. I forgot about that. Maybe I can also extinguish these fires faster this way. Okay. Whip. Nope. It's just covering things with snow. Oh, there's a creeper. Hey, I can fly, so you can die. Okay. That's how it is, Creeper. Sorry. There you go. Missed on my first, got him on the next, and he's out of there. Okay, so that's been deactivated. Now each of these has its own crafting recipe, as you can imagine. They'll all be combined into the final ring. And I do mean final ring. It will be one of the ultimate rings, because it will combine all these functions in one thing, and it'll be kind of insane. Although the Harvest Gods band, I can certainly say they totally redid the goat. It was not originally doing that. But the Harvest Goddess band, again, remember, iron bands. They work with your rings. A couple of dark matter. Be really useful for a lot of these tiers of accessories. Any saplings, these are exchangeable, but does have to be for the same type. And a couple of poppies. For the Swiftwool's Rending Gale, so you can fly, it's an iron band for feathers and for dark matter. So it's kind of that kind of expensive because of the 4 dark matter, but otherwise it's okay. The 0 ring, you'll have to have yourself some snow, like 4 snow blocks, a couple of snowballs, the iron band again, and a couple of dark matter, but it helps you stay frosty. The ignition ring is flint and steel, like 4 of them, so that'll take up a few slots. A couple of dark matter and a couple of Mobius fuel, and the iron band again. Again, you might want to be careful with this one because it does that. Yeah, it does all that. I'm gonna fly over to my spot, and this time I don't even have to be creative because I've earned it. And this is where things start getting insane. Now, for some weird reason, in these recent versions, these rings don't have EMCs, even though they're themselves made from things that do. So I'm not sure what's up with that, so I'll have to manually get rid of them, because that's not how things are normally supposed to go. Because, yeah, it has stored EMC. You can tell these things take a certain amount of power to use, and that will come from your Klein stars, if they use that function. Some of them are free, will just operate. As I was showing with Swiftwool's Rending Gale, it operated freely in some ways, but not in others. Well, that one always sucked power from your Klein star to fly. This one, on the other hand, was free operation to chill things, and this one's ability to help you harvest the surrounding plants was completely free. I guess what I was saying is the ultimate ring here, the Ring of Arcana. A lot of its functions are either completely free or burn up EMC constantly to be used. But this thing basically combines all the other rings. That's why I was saying it's going to be insane. But to get this, you need to have 5 red matter, ouch, and you have to have all 4 of those other rings. So, yeah, I mean, it is worth it, and you can wear it as a ring. But the big thing is, it has more than one way of operating. Whenever you change its mode, you change which ring it resembles, and which mode it's in. Note that it changes its graphic and how it shows up. That's to help remind you which one you've got. Like this one is, I believe this is the Swiftwool's Rending Gale version. Yeah, and it says mode on it. And whenever you activate it, remember you might want to inactivate it before changing it, or you might accidentally do bad things to the landscape. So, yeah, be very careful with this ring. It is that powerful. Now, I will... oh yeah, I'm in creative, so I don't need that mode. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Swiftwool's Rending Gale mode? Why am I not flying? Yeah, why am I not flying? Help. This isn't supposed to be how it works. Again, some of the stuff in the exact version I'm in, 1.12 straight, might not be entirely working. So, yeah. Back to the drawing board. Then we got... darn. Hit something. Then we come to a few other items in this particular tier. We have... well, I'll put this to the side for now because it's not doing the right thing. You have the Archangel Smite. You have the Watch of Flowing Time. Evertide Amulet, and the Vulcanite Amulet. Again, these things could be worn as accessories. Although this one, I don't think so. I think that's active only. This one, oddly enough, can now be a belt. It didn't used to be. These two are for amulet slots, so remember that. Now, the Archangel Smite has some interesting functions. Let me see if I can find something to shoot. Because this is why it's the Archangel Smite. It fires arrows. Unlimitedly. I do believe it costs EMC to do this whenever you're in survival though. But yeah, if you don't want to use a bow... Although, note this is a little buggy, because you can easily hit yourself in the face with your arrows. So if they're bouncing off you, yeah, you might want to be careful about that. It has an auto-fire mode, if you switch. So, yeah, this is just meant to be a weapon. A very extreme weapon. Like, seriously, this thing is a Gatlin. And how you make this thing is with a couple of dark matter, 4 bows, a couple of feathers, and the iron band. Although, again, I don't think you can actually wear this as a ring. No, you cannot. It's weird that this thing can be a belt now, because that's not how things are supposed to work. But, if you'll see this, the Watch of Flowing Time's purpose is to manipulate time itself. Now, I will have to do something special. This whole time, I have kept off a game roll. Because, you know, for convenience. But I'll have to make sure this is turned on. Why? Because once I activate this, I can darn lips. I was keeping that fine until then. You can manipulate time itself. I'm speeding up the time this way. If I click again to do the function, it goes to rewind. Then off means it's no longer manipulating time, it's just flowing normally. So, fast forward, rewind, off. In fact, I think I'll fast forward you just so that I can quickly put you to high noon, because I think that'll be a nice spot to put the sun. Okay, so you can see how that works. That is basically its purpose. I'm not sure what happens when you use it as a belt. That would be kind of funny. Because it does have special abilities that way. But, yeah... But you basically become a master of time. And, yes, I've definitely used that thing before to manipulate the time. Now, these two, the Evertide Amulet and the Vulcanite Amulet, are opposites of each other. This one acts as an infinite water bucket and allows you to, you know, fill anything that normally has water involved. It also allows you to fire a projectile that acts as a source block. And, yeah, like in any recipe that requires a bucket of water, you can use this as a catalyst to just act like a bucket of water infinitely. You can also do functions like, say, walk on water. Yeah, literally check this out. Do 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 do. I'm running on water! Yay! Do 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 do. This is just as fun as using Frostwalker boots at full run speed. I'm just saying. So, yeah. And of course, as it says, I can fire a projectile to flood an area. Oh, want me to raise the water level so you can swim out of there? I'd be very happy to do so. If I remembered, why is this not doing the thing? Is it limited range? Oh, it was Q to fire the projectile mode. Okay. Rebecca, would you like to swim upwards? Please? Be my guest and swim up. I don't think they're gonna get... I think they might actually... Come on, swim upward. I don't think they're gonna be able to get all the way up yet. Oh well. Okay, as I was saying, this one is the opposite. In recipes involving lava buckets, it acts as infinity. It also can be used to fill tanks, and it can also be used to fire a lava projectile. So, in addition to getting unlimited lava, you can also get unlimited obsidian. Now, note that this says all operations are free. This one says they cost 32 EMC. So that'll, again, come from whatever Klein star you have. So, let's quench this immediately. It also blew back the water level, but it inevitably came back and quenched it. So, now, just like with this one allowing you to walk on water, this one allows you to walk on lava. And you can use these both as accessories, so... yeah, I'm not even using up a main inventory slot, and I'm running on water. So, yeah, you can see this is very fun. Do I have... No, this thing was not entirely working on that mode. Try again. Oh, why is it so intermittent these days? Is it because of the mode change thing? Oh yeah, I was having that trouble. Sometimes whenever you change modes, it seems to make the accessories in ProjectE and not want to work. So, it can be that way. Now to make this cool little item, you need 6 buckets of water and 3 dark matter. So that's a simple, easy recipe to remember. The 3 dark matter is going to be the big thing. And again, why does it not have an EMC itself? Some of these I'm wondering about. Vulcan Knight is, of course, is basically 6 buckets of lava and 3 dark matter. So, yeah, these items of power, again, tend to use dark matter and red matter a lot to be found. So, you'll be seeing that as an ongoing theme. Okay, so that works out. Oh, this does have an EMC. So therefore, I must turn it into the table. Because its time is up. Yeah. I still don't have enough to really upgrade this thing, because it's kind of insane. Actually no, that's still enough for just, like, 2 of them. So, sorry, not happening, not happening. Now, these are the special... This is where we get to the final tier in a special section. I'll be doing something specifically independent whenever I do this, because this will require its own demonstration. This one block is that crazy. In fact, I might want to do the final tier at another time, anyhow. I mean, I'm already going to subdivide this by sections. But the true final tier is coming up soon, and that will just be kind of this little segment over there. So this is kind of in a way left over from over here. So my wall was running out of spacing that looked good. So this is my explanation here. Just saying. Ahem. Okay. Now, these items are special. The special magic stones. Now, each of these has a very special function. The body stone basically restores your hunger over time. The soul stone recovers your health over time. The life stone is the combination of the two, and it recovers both. This one, I'm not entirely sure the best way to actually use it. I may have to try that out as a impromptu thing. But for the body stone, you need 6 sugar, a couple of red matter, and a lapis lazuli. So with those red matter being in here, you know it's going to be a good item. When it comes to the soul stone for healing, it's 6 glow stone, 2 red matter, and a lapis lazuli. diffuse them together into the lifestone. This is when you don't actually need dark matter or red matter. You just put them together in the crafting table. But it's pretty expensive looking at them. So yeah, I'm going to show off how powerful it is whenever you have both. And put this here. I'm going to do something normally considered insanely painful. I'm going to purposefully eat something absolutely terrible. This is going to be a bad experience. I just know it. But it kind of has to be done. This is going to be very bad. Okay, I'm going to eat a pufferfish, and it's going to deal a lot of damage to me, and a lot of hunger points, and it'll do it fairly quickly. So then we'll be able to demonstrate how good this accessory really is. Let me see. I haven't been in survival very much during this time, so I don't know how much I'll need to run my hunger down, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I had to get it out of my inventory. It's gonna be bad. Very bad. Please look away from the screen for a little while I'm nauseated. That part's over. Poison's still there. Fair enough. Luckily, I put it in the table. It's not doing as well as... Again, is this because of that thing? I've been having issues with that. It's not supposed to be having issues with this. This is a fresh stone. It's supposed to help replenish your hunger and your life. Do I need to use the pedestal already? Do I need to give a preview of that? I think I need to give a preview of that. Okay, I had to give a preview of that to get that to work. Sometimes the accessories are a little buggy. Sorry about that. They've been working fine before, but this one just doesn't know how to go. As you can see, the Mind Stone, I figured out how to use. You have to change its mode, and then it sucks up power for you. So it's restored power. Ah, that's how you get it to go. You just click the ground whenever you have it with stored experience. I see. But stored experience is what this thing's supposed to do. It's supposed to stockpile your experience for you so that you don't lose it on big trips. So this is something to be used when you don't have keep inventory on, or other items that help you hold your stuff after death. And or at least you want to save your experience. So yeah, I'm giving myself that. It apparently is a lot faster to store it than to give it back. Yeah, I just found that part out. How much do I have in here? So it still has a good amount. It says it's stored over 3,000 points. So that stored XP it isn't getting. And it apparently it is interesting to work with. So this is an interesting item. Stockpile your experience. Okay, so maybe I have to change mode with the life stone to get it to actually activate. Okay, that's what I needed to do before. See, some of these were automatic in a previous version that I was working with, so it may not have done it that way. So I may have given a preview of this particular system a little ahead of time. Yeah. So that happened. Now, as for how to make the Mind Stone and do that cool little function, it's 6 books, 2 red matter, and a lapis lazuli. So if you want the power of the mind and experience, you go with that. So if you want the power of life, well, you know what you're looking for is this beautiful purple gem here. So yeah, these accessories have some very nifty powers. I'm going to put the Mind Stone that way. The Life Stone I may put up for now because I'll be showing some more of something like that later. And that thing still cannot be duplicated. Or can it? No, it just be... that thing just requires a lot. But I'll get on with the final tier later. For now, I'll be taking a break, and I'll be back to this at another time, so I might as well turn that thing off and leave off knowing that I have everything and not activated in a way that would be bad if I came in. I think they'll be fine if they're just active, so I think my stuff's okay, and I'll be able to show the final things a little bit later. So, taking a break for now. Bye.